Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth. It is Tuesday, the 30th day of May 2023, and it's time for the reading of our devotional thought for today, coming from the book Truth for Life. This is the second edition by pastor and author Alistair Begg. And the purpose of recording these devotional thoughts each and every day is for it to be an encouragement to you, a blessing to your life, and things that you can practically apply throughout your day. Today's devotional thought is entitled, Solid Ground to Stand On. And the verses today, Ephesians chapter 6, verses 13 and 14. And it reads, Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth. That's Ephesians chapter 6, verses 13 and 14. Alistair Begg writes, Western culture is confused about many things, and it's certainly confused about truth. We often trade in vague platitude that would sound great at first, but which crumbles under closer examination. Just be a good person, we hear. It doesn't really matter what you believe, just as long as you lead a good life and do your best. That all sounds quite pleasant, and we ought to thank God for the common grace that prevents our world from tearing itself apart. It is not enough because the obvious question is this: who gets to define good? What does it really mean to live a good life or to be a good person? When we have competing visions for what exactly good means and can't agree on the fundamentals, we find ourselves in all sorts of trouble, not unlike the present state of affairs in much of the West. We all feel the pressure to cave into society's revitalization of truth, in which you desire your truth and I desire mine. The Bible, however, calls us to find a firm foothold on God's truth, a truth that is objective and not up for debate. Paul instructs us, stand, having fastened on the belt of truth, in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14. When we embrace our culture's confusion about truth, we are left to be tossed to and fro by the waves and carried away by every kind of wind of doctrine, by human cunning or craftiness in deceitful schemes. We simply have no solid ground to stand on, but when we plant ourselves in God's truth, we can firmly hold our ground and be ready to face whatever comes our way. Luke chapter 12, verse 35, and 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Standing for truth won't prove easy. People might consider us hopelessly old-fashioned, dogmatic, or worse, but in reality, we stand on and advocate for truth is one of the most loving things we can do, for it is to call people to live in line with reality and call them away from building on falsehoods that sooner or later will crumble beneath them. As Paul writes elsewhere, love does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. That's 1 Corinthians 13, verse 6. What might it take for you to rejoice with truth today in your thinking and in your conversation with others? However high the cost may seem, you can stand and speak with confidence, knowing that Christ has sent His Spirit to guide you into all truth. John 16, verse 13. Our devotional thought for today, stand firm on solid ground, because we have a solid ground to stand on, and that's the word of truth, God's word. And for those of you reading through God's word in a year, 2 Kings chapter 22 and 23, and Matthew's Gospel chapter 16, your assignment for today. And may the Lord bless you and give you an awesome day today. My name is Clive Welsh.